Hey guys, we're your turn and we'll be teaching you how to play Folded Wishes. Learn to become the master of origami and earn the Emperor's favor in this abstract strategy game. To set up, find out first who most recently folded the paper to determine the first player. The first player will get the skill card that has a number 1 on it, then give the matching double-sided starting pattern. The next player clockwise gets the number 2 skill card with its matching double-sided starting pattern, and so on. We will leave it to 2 players for now, so return the rest of the starter skill card and double-sided tile back in the box. Each player chooses a character card which has, fold actions and turn references. They also get 4 animals that are the same as illustrated in the character cards. For now, I will use the frog and the bird as an example. Then, shuffle the master skill cards, and then shuffle the journey skill cards next. Place the journey skill card on top of the master skill card to form a single deck. And then reveal the top 2 cards on the skill deck. For a 3 to 4 player game, you will use all 20 tiles. Since I'll be showing you a 2-player game, return 1 tile of each pattern type in the box. Shuffle the 16 tiles your way, I guess, and randomly place it at the center of the table in a 4x4 grid. I know it's not straight, that'll do. And that's how you set it up. So in Folded Wishes, origami crafters or players will have to strategize by moving tiles to line up the 4 animals horizontally, vertically, or diagonally on the grid. The first player to achieve this wins the game. On your turn, you will place a pattern tile connected to a row or column on the grid and place one of your animals on that tile. Next, do a fold action that is illustrated in the corner of your starter tile. The first player has a corner fold illustrated on its tile. The corner fold action lets you move your own animal in any direction adjacent to the tile. Then, you have the option to use your skill card if applicable. Skill cards can only be used if your card has the same pattern as your current tile. You can convert a corner fold to a crumple. See, crumple lets you move your opponent's animal on any adjacent space. But for now, since there's no animal yet on the grid, we'll just use a corner fold action. Next, you will push the tile you've just placed into the grid. Then, take the tile you've pushed out, and that will be your next action on your next turn. Now, if there was an animal that was pushed out of the grid, it will immediately be placed on an empty adjacent tile. If the adjacent tiles are occupied, the animal goes back to the owner. Another action you can take is the learn action. If your animals are arranged in a way similar to the skill card shown face up, you gain that extra skill. Then, reveal the next skill card. For teaching purposes, as you can see, player 2 has the same position of animals as the skill card. He gets it on the learn action on his turn. It's now player 2's turn. The player will place the tile on a row or column outside the grid and place one of your animals on that tile. And then do the fold action on the tile, which is crumple. Now, as you can see, there are 2 crumple icons here. So you do the crumple action twice. But since the player's skill card pattern is similar to his current tile, you can convert 1 crumple to a corner fold. So the player will do the first crumple action, which is moving the frog on another adjacent space. Then, for the second crumple, the player will convert the crumple to a corner fold and then move his animal to an adjacent space. Then, he will push the pattern into the grid and then get the pattern that was pushed out for his next turn. So I've already arranged the game as if it were already in progress. Okay, so player 2 puts his tile on the chosen row. Then he uses one crumple action to move the frog to another adjacent tile. Then he will use the skill card he just earned from the last round. Let's just say he just earned it from the last round to convert the other crumple action to a swap shapes action. Now, swap shapes lets you swap your animal's position to another animal. He then pushes the tile to get a new tile for the next turn. Now, it's player 1's turn. He puts a tile at the bottom column, then uses the corner fold action and moves the frog. Then, he pushes the tile and gets the tile that was pushed out for his next turn. Now it's player 2's turn. As you can see, the tile he got has a mountain fold action. Mountain fold lets you move your animal over another animal to an empty space. So player 2 will put the tile on the top row. Then he uses the mountain fold to jump over the other animal and pushes the tile for the win. And that's it. That's how you play Folded Wishes.
If you're bored or have nothing else better to do or just want to see more of our board game videos, just click subscribe.